So you've hopefully seen the video on what a fraction is. If not, you can click up there and watch that one first. Today we're going to be looking at how to add fractions when the denominator is the same. So if you remember, the denominator is the bottom number. That's here, denominator, and your numerator is the top number. So the denominator tells us the total number of parts, and the numerator tells us how many of those parts we're looking at. So if we go back to our classic pizza example, if we were to say we wanted half of this pizza, we'll be taking one part out of a possible two. Say we had a second pizza that had also been divided into two parts. Let's imagine we were going to take one of those parts from this pizza as well. If we were to add these two together, which we can because the denominators on both are the same, if we were to add them together, you would end up with 1 plus 1, which is 2. The denominators you do not add together, so you'd end up with 2 over 2. So that's quite a simple, basic example. Let's take a look at one that's a little more complicated. Again, let's say we've got two cakes here, and you've got two different types of cake, and we're going to divide them and share them between several people at a party. Let's say we wanted to divide the first cake into 8 equal slices, and let's say our second cake is a different type of cake that is also being divided into 8 different or 8 equal pieces. Okay, so what would our denominator be in this situation? So the first cake has been divided into 8 pieces, therefore our total number of parts is 8. Our second cake also has been divided into 8 pieces. Let's say I wanted to try a couple of slices from the first cake. Let's say I want to take this slice from the first one and also this slice from the first one. I've taken 2 slices out of a possible 8. The second cake I'm not too sure about, but I still want to try it, so I'm going to take one piece. I'll take this one here. So because the denominators are the same, I can actually find out what fraction of a whole cake I would have eaten by adding the numerators together. So 2 from the first one and 1 from the second gives me a total of 3, again out of a possible 8. So even though I've taken 2 from one cake and 1 from another, we can see that I've had 3/8 of one whole cake. So again, let's move away from the cake and the pizzas and let's do something that is a little bit different. Let's say I have a bag of marbles, and we'll say that there are 1, 2, 3 pink marbles, 4 blue marbles, and 3 green marbles. What would be your total number of marbles for this bag? In other words, what would your denominator be? Well, we've got 4 blue, 3 pink, and 3 green. So your denominator for this would be 10. If we wanted to find out how many marbles were blue or green, we'd be looking at 4 for blue, so it's a possible 4 out of 10, and we'd be looking at 3 for green, as it's a possible 3 out of 10 marbles. If we were to add these together, we'd find our total. So the marbles that are blue or green would be a total of 7 out of a possible 10. Okay, let's explore this concept a little bit further. Let's say we've got a farm, and this farm has 3 fish, 4 cows, 3 sheep, and 2 goats. I want to find out what fraction of these animals are mammals. So let's just see which ones are mammals. We can see that we have 4 cows. So cows are mammals, we know that. Sheep are also mammals, and goats are also mammals. So we have those 3 animals. The fish, obviously fish aren't mammals. So let's look at the ones that we have. So first, obviously, to find the fraction, we need to see we need to find out what the total number of animals are in order to get our denominator. So we have got 3 fish and 4 cows, which equals 7, 3 sheep, which is a total of 10 animals altogether, and 2 goats, which is a total of 12. So our denominator would be 12. We've got 4 cows, which we're going to put the 4 up here. We have 3 sheep out of a possible 12 animals, and 2 goats out of a possible 12 animals. So to find the fraction of animals which are mammals, we're going to add these 3 fractions together. It works in the exact same way as if you were adding 2 fractions together. You add the numerators together and your denominator doesn't change. Remember, you can only add them together if your denominators are the same. In our case, they are. So 4 plus 3 is 7. Add 2 is 9. So 9/12 of the animals on this farm are mammals. Thank you for watching. If you are still a little unsure on what a fraction is, go back and have a look at the previous video. If you have any questions on this, leave it in the comments and we will get back to you. And if you would like to see more videos, head on over to our channel where we explain many other topics.